What is up, guys? Welcome back to the vlog. You get another sit down one today, but really what I want to do is kind of just break down this 12-hour endurance race. It's been a week, so I've kind of had a week to reflect on it, kind of watch some videos, just kind of get all of my thoughts, my emotions, feelings, all that together. I don't know how in depth I really want to go here because I am working on this documentary and I really want to put a bulk of my time there and it kind of conveying exactly how I feel. But a week now removed from the race, and I just feel super accomplished for sure, but it unlocked something else in me. It's, I guess, we'll just call it a confidence of sorts. I don't really know a better word for it, but it's definitely something that has just kind of pushed the limits. I always say that there's really no ceiling because you can always break through that ceiling, and then there's another one, and you keep striving to get better and better and better. But this time I really feel like I broke through whatever ceiling I placed on myself, that the world places on me, and I realized like that I can really do whatever the fuck I want if I put my mind to it. And I don't mean that in an arrogant way or anything like that. It's just the mental unlock that running for that distance did for me is insane. I don't know if I've spoken about it in a vlog. Obviously, we talked about it in the podcast. You can definitely check out last week's podcast if you want to see a little bit more in depth. But 12 hours, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m., I completed 69.23 miles. For anyone who's been following along for any amount of time at all, 69 has been the goal from the start. Last year, the person who ran the race did 68 miles, and my goal was to come in and win. The race did just happen this past weekend. However, they haven't really posted anything, so I'm not sure how many people ran it. I'm not sure who won, what the distances looked like, but I will say I hit my goal. If they did the same or worse than last year, I would have won the race. But like I said, that's really kind of a secondary thing just because the unlock for me was so big. Going into race day a little bit, I wasn't really feeling it that morning. I was kind of up and down all night. I think just kind of anxious, like jitters, that type of thing. But the morning of, it wasn't there. Like, it didn't feel like anything special. It wasn't like, oh, this is it. I was trying to hype myself up. I was trying to get myself in that mode. Everything had already been packed. The day was planned out. Everything was set up to run smoothly. It is what it is. But just my feeling wasn't there. We showed up to Run Club at 7 a.m. and it just felt like any other Saturday. People were asking about it. I'm like, I'm as ready as I can be, but really what else can I do here? Like, it just kind of is what it is at this point. I'm either prepared or I'm not. I'm either going to be able to do this or I'm not. And actually, it wasn't even I'm not. I was going to do it regardless. It's just, am I going to get through this without injury, without breaking down, without something going wrong? I am happy to say nothing went wrong. Fueling the entire day was good. Minimal, I won't even call them injuries. I mean, there's some lingering pain. There's some blisters, all things that are to be expected. But everything went according to plan and really have no complaints on the way that the day was structured and upheld at all. So we get there. We step off at 7 a.m. We end up leaving a little bit before the Run Club just because they weren't fully ready to rock. And we wanted to hold that 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. time. Like, this is when we're stepping off. Treat this like any other race, even though it's more of like a makeshift backyard type of ultra at this point. So Tony and I stepped off. Freddie was around the corner. Got some footage of us going out. And we ran 10 miles to start. Freddie ended up staying on the bike, so that was dope. We have some footage from that, which came out really cool. Excited to really sift through and actually decide what's going where. Really fucking pumped for that. That's a ton of that's happening this week. So we got that. And then those 10 miles we did pretty quickly, 8:58 pace, which we said 9:30, but we were able to bank some time. We were feeling good. After those first 10, Tone had a game plan of 50 miles for the day. He has a 50-mile ultra coming up in June. So this is more like just getting him ready, more like kind of a practice run. Get himself physically, mentally just prepare for what 50 miles looks and feels like. So every hour on the hour, he was doing 4 miles, where I was just kind of running continuously the entire 12 hours. But it gave me some time to go by myself, then come back with him. After, we'll say, I don't know, 4 or 5 loops out and back. So we're just going to call them loops just for the sake of ease, is an easier thing to say. So after like 4 or 5 loops, we had a couple people join, and I was struggling to keep pace. They were a little fresher. They were getting some rest. And so I made the executive decision for myself to say, hey, go ahead. I'm going to fall back. And I just started running it out by myself. And this worked pretty well for a little bit. And then I just kind of hit a wall after, I don't know, mile 32 to 40. I was in this weird place, and I could feel myself getting dark and negative. And I even told Freddie, as he asked me, like, hey, how you, pretty much every loop would be like, hey, how you feeling? This and that. Just some questions like to see like where my headspace is at. I was like, hey, this is literally the last time I can answer this. If I keep answering this, I'm going to complain. I'm going to get negative. And I can't afford to go there right now. We're halfway through the day, not even. There's no way I can keep doing this. And something happened on that next loop. I caught a second wind. I caught a runner shot. I don't know. But I came back feeling stronger than I had for like 10 miles. And my headspace was good. And I maintained that headspace throughout the rest of the race, which was kind of crazy to me. I didn't see that coming. I had told Freddie the day before, hey, if I'm crying, if I physically break down, I know that the knee-jerk reaction is going to be, let me help him up. I said, let someone else handle that. You document it. You get the videos, you get the pictures, whatever you got to do while I'm down there, just handle it. And we'll make that happen. But it never really came. I really expected it to come, and it didn't. So I'm not angry at that at all. But my buddy Phil, he runs crew here, Charlotte Runners United, the run club, and he came out for like the last 5 hours, basically. And he didn't run every single time with us, but he ran a few of them, and he ended out with us. And it was a huge help. I think just having different people there all day, in and out, crewing and just helping out, and really just like bringing some positive energy, some new energy to the circle was a huge help. Like I said, I know this isn't like super in-depth or anything, and I really don't want to go that in-depth now because I really, really do want to do a full breakdown in this documentary and like show exactly what I was feeling at each area. It'll be easier to kind of put the words to the video. But overall, it was a successful day. The goal was hit, and yeah, like I said, super proud, super accomplished. I know that in the endurance phase, I can pretty much do anything now. And just excited to kind of see what's next. I know I'm going for a Boston qualifier this year. That's really the next big goal that I have. But from there, we're going to have to really, really see what's next, because I want something else that's going to push me. And I don't really know what that is, but we're going to figure it out. But yeah, thanks once again for watching. A whole bunch of links below if you guys want to support 1st Phorm, Honey Stinger, Athletic Brewing, a ton of stuff, guys. Just literally check it out. If you have any questions kind of around the structure of the race that we did, let me know. We are actually going to be hosting this as an annual thing here in Charlotte. So we're going to be coming together with a few different groups now that it's a thing. And yeah, I'm not going to be running it every year, but I am going to be there supporting, crewing at the aid station, running some miles with people. And I'm pumped to kind of see how that grows, because this one was very last minute, and I think we can do some cool stuff with this. So I am excited for that. But other than that, yeah, if you have any running questions, hit me up. I am taking on new running clients now, and I'm working on some programs and stuff like that. So super interested to kind of speak to anybody who is either new to the endurance space or just kind of looking to take things to the next level. So if that's you, hit me up. But if not, see you in the next one. Peace.